Now, we're gonna move on to Somber, who I do have a lot to say about. My own knowledge of Somber was very, very limited throughout most of the year. I became aware of him when that 12 to 12 song came out and he did the music video with Addison Rae. I only watched the video because Addison Rae was in it, but I thought the song was okay. And then he did the VMAs. I thought that it was good. I thought that it was one of the better performances of the night. And then this controversy happened. This is a woman who went to one of Somber's concerts.
It is the closest to a middle school dance I've ever been since I was in middle school at a dance. It was thousands upon thousands of tweens. He proceeds to make a bunch of niche meme references for like the 12 to 16-year-old age range group. And I only understand them because I'm chronically online, but every other adult in the room, including my boyfriend, is like, why is he speaking in tongue?
I don't know, like 6, 7?
About 30 minutes in, he cuts all the music and he's like, we're now gonna have the Somber dating show. Raise your hand and come on up on stage if you wanna call your toxic ex. Make sure it's toxic and make sure there's somebody who's gonna pick up.
I'm gonna call someone up who's gonna call her ex, and it's in front of everyone. So make sure it's an ex that's gonna pick her up.
Again, all the tweens. We then proceeded to watch 3 tweens go on stage and call their ex.
So basically, he doesn't really like me, and I haven't spoken to him in 8 months, and I tried to talk to him the other day, and he completely ignored me and has not talked to me since.
Let's hope he doesn't ignore you now.
And then Somber's on the mic like, clock it, bro, clock it, bro. Oh, chill out, bro, chill out, bro.
All right, bro, suck it in. Come on, why'd y'all break up?
Shit on me, what do you mean?
Bro,
He would make like super niche references to like 13-year-olds, but then he would also say like super vulgar stuff about like getting his dick sucked. So you know your audience is clearly 13, yet here you are. Okay. There was a moment in between songs where he literally just randomly went, bark for me.
Everyone bark for me, please. I like that. Sexy.
And you hear the arena of 13, 14, 15-year-old girls start barking.
good girl and boy.
Like, just sing the song, bro. Never in my life have I felt so much rage. Not even during it. Like, I felt rage during it, but seeing the aftermath on TikTok and seeing it be like, he's the hottest. You guys need better role models. You guys need better sex symbols. I'm so sorry. Slender Man, we're picking him?
Even if she's being sort of harsh, I think the basic thing of what she's saying, of like just warning people, if you're an adult, you're not gonna enjoy this show because it's very obnoxious and it's very clearly geared toward children in a way that I wasn't expecting. That's a fair thing to point out because I had no idea. I would be happy to have gotten this notice from this woman of like, this is not a show you're gonna enjoy, don't buy the tickets. I think that she did a public service in a lot of ways. All in all, I'm not super mad at this lady. Somber, however, he decided to respond, which was the dumbest decision he could have made. I didn't even see the original TikTok until he responded.
It's just come to my attention that there's a TikTok drama going around because a 25-year-old attended my concert. I totally respect people having opinions, but I am a 20-year-old artist, freshly 20. And if you're 25 years old and you're gonna come to my concert and not expect people younger than you to be there when I, the artist, am 5 years younger than you, it's just a skill issue. You had to have known about my online presence before coming to my concert. I mean, anyone who knows me knows I've never uttered a serious word in my life. You guys need to find problematic people to hate on because I am just existing. Also, I'm just gonna give a quick tutorial.
Yeah, he's giving a tutorial on how to touch grass, and you'll also notice that doesn't even seem like it's grass outside. It seems like AstroTurf, which is maybe ironic for some other things that I found. When people tell you to touch grass, Somber, they're telling you to go outside, not touch something that looks like grass. I do have some clips from his shows because I started going down a rabbit hole. He does a whole bunch of weird stuff with his audience during his shows. Here's him playing rock, paper, scissors.
Thank you guys for the flowers. Thank you for the bra. You want to play rock, paper, scissors?
Yeah.
Okay. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Yeah.
As that what woman said in her TikTok. He does the Somber dating show. So he has a whole intro for it. It's like a regular part of his shows. So he calls up a random person from the audience, an audience full of tweens, again. So he calls them up on stage and has them call their ex on stage in front of other people, and also most of the time being filmed by audience members. So ambushing these other people, these other probably teenagers, without their consent. It is just crazy. It is a crazy thing to do. You're putting these random ass people on blast for what fucking reason? Just perform your songs.
How many followers do you have, brother? Babe, I have 4 million and I can stay with a girl. And I've determined the woman isn't the problem. I said, yeah!
He has this thing where he's very pandering toward a female audience, where he'll just always say stuff that like sounds supportive of women, of like, oh, the woman wasn't the problem in the relationship yet again. It just feels very performative. Yeah, how old is this girl? I don't know. She looks really young to me. Yeah, she looks young. That's a teenager. She might even have braces on. That's weird as hell, dude. And then here's another one.
Let's FaceTime your ex. What's his name? It's always the B names. Brandon. I'm gonna make him a video. I used to do these personal videos back when I did OnlyFans, by the way. Hey, Brandon. You've been a bad boy. What's your name one more time?
Dominique.
I'm here with Dominique, your ex-girlfriend, and she said you've been a bad boy, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna punish you. Next time, be better to your girl, and Dominique's gonna find a better man. Give it up for women, everybody, women!
Give it up for girls. Give it up for teenage girls. Weirdo. Here's another one.
What's his actual name, though?
Jackson.
It's always the J names. Jackson, why did you guys break up?
Because I cheated on her.
I think she's got to find someone else. And don't cheat on your future girl, brother. Don't cheat. Women again. Guys, that's why women again.
Women again. There's one time where he's giving people in the audience his deodorant. What? And then he also does a whole bunch of stuff where he goes into the crowds. Yeah, and security said I couldn't go into the crowd, but I did it anyway. You know, security's not just protecting you, right? You're doing something that actually could put that entire room into danger. That's a safety hazard for everyone in that building. Aren't you a little worried about the security and the safety of your teenage girl audience? And he also does these sound checks with fans. So I guess if you get the VIP tickets for his shows, you get to come to the sound checks and you'll get to see him perform like 3 songs or whatever during the sound check. And then also there's like a Q&A thing. And it's like, okay, that would be kind of like a fun perk or whatever. But the fact that you have this audience of teen girls and given your interactions with them, I don't know, that kind of just weirds me out. It feels like you're just putting a bunch of teen girls into a room with you so that they can feel like they're the special ones. And here he is having an interaction with one of these girls.
I don't know how to tie a tie either. This is my attempt to tie a tie. And I think,
Stop.
yeah.
Get away from her. Don't touch them. Don't touch them. This is one of his own TikToks. It says, no one here knows that the girl I wrote these songs about reached out to me again just as I was starting to move on. It's like, I didn't need that personal lore from you, actually. You could have kept that to yourself. When you have an audience full of like young tween girls, they don't need to know about your personal life like that. Don't do that. It's weird. So I just kind of, the more and more I was watching like his TikToks and his fans' TikToks and whatever, I was like, he is just kind of annoying. And his fans are also annoying. So here's this thing where I guess he has like a running thing of him fearing being bald. So his fans terrorize him with photos of him as a bald man. And this is them during a concert. Maybe I can play a little bit of the audio, but I don't want to get claimed. So I was like, okay, well, you know what? That's what you get. If your fans are annoying to you at your show, you've cultivated an annoying fan base. But here's the thing. This TikTok account that this TikTok came from, Daily Somber, that's a TikTok account run by Somber's team. I saw one guy talking about this.
So there's one thing that's bothering me about him that I wanted to say. He has 4 fan page accounts that are ran by his team. Daily Somber's like the biggest one. That's his team running that account. That's not just a fan. It's just embarrassing, and it's not organic. It is self-absorbed and narcissistic to just be paying a team of people to pretend to be fans of you when they're just getting paid. Like, they make the video seem like not planned out and not like it wasn't staged, but it was staged.
I think that there's a level of artificiality in every pop star's career. I'm not out here being the like, you're fake person. But then I was like, that is weird though. 4 fan accounts? 4 fake fan accounts? How do we know for sure that those are fake fan accounts that are being run by Somber's team? I was just sort of intrigued by it. Like, why is this allegation coming out? Where is it coming from? How do we know this? So I started looking into it myself. First of all, it's not 4, it's at least 5. So he has his own, there's the official Sombr TikTok account. This is his actual TikTok account where he's uploading fairly often. Like, here's the one where he was responding to that one lady. So this is his account. I just bring this up to be like, this is our control for what's being posted onto his account, because there was a minute where I was like, are maybe some of these accounts just taking stuff that was posted from Somber's actual TikTok account and then reposting it onto these fan accounts? But then I looked and I was like, no, they're definitely, this is original content to the fan accounts, but they're definitely not coming from actual fans. They're definitely coming from Somber's team. So this is his actual TikTok account. This is the Somber Sucks account, which is also his account. Again, this is original content that's not being posted onto the actual Sombr TikTok account.
Okay, if you guys don't vote for me for Best New Artist and Best Alternative at the VMAs,
So there's the bald thing again.
I will be going bald. And if you don't stream my album, first Finn, then Timothy, now me. I'm next.
So that's Somber's account. And there's multiple videos like that where he's using like I, me pronouns. But then at some point, it just starts switching to third person pronouns and acting like it's a fan account. So this one says, nothing could have prepared me for what he said at the end. So now this is not Sombr running the account. This was just sort of weird where now it sort of switched to being like a fan account. And then they sort of stop uploading after that. Or at least there aren't a whole lot of uploads after that, at least compared to the other Sombr fan accounts. So then we have Daily Sombr. I believe this is the biggest one. You'll notice here's how you can kind of tell. This is one of the biggest tells here. 7 following, but then like over 100 followers. They all kind of followed this rule of like not a whole lot of people they're following. I think the most I saw was like 22, but then like a couple 100,000 followers. First of all, if you just scroll through, there's a lot of videos of Sombr performing. They're all videos taken from like the front row of every concert. So definitely someone that always has access to the front of his shows. And very good footage, nothing super grainy, just stuff that like works pretty well as an advertisement. But then they have an access to Sombr that doesn't really make sense. So for one thing, here they are with him in some sort of booth as he looks at Dominic Fike talking about him on stage. Why is the fan account this close to Sombr? Same thing here. They are behind a barricade with Sombr. He's running up, getting in another fucking crowd again, and they're behind the barricade with him. So for sure this is being run by someone on his team. And they're also catching him in like candid moments of him on the street where, oh, he walks by a wedding. Now he's taking photos with the bridal party. But that's not true. This is someone on his team. So it's a little weird. But it's like, okay, I guess if you were a Sombr fan and you were following this account, the Daily Sombr account, you'd figure it out after a while. You'd be like, okay, this is definitely not just a random Sombr fan posting stuff. This is definitely someone on Sombr's team. They're way too close to him. They're following him everywhere. They're with him backstage. They're with him on the street. They're always front row at the concerts. You would maybe pick up on it, but the maybe is definitely a big thing there because we have to remember that his audience is like tweens who don't have a whole lot of media literacy and aren't necessarily going to pick up on all of these cues that definitely indicate that this is not an actual fan account. But okay, if you know the joke, you know the joke. If you get it, you get it. Why 5? Why 5 accounts for this? Why not just one fake fan account? And it's just a running inside joke with the fandom. Why do 5? That's a weird amount. At least 5, a minimum of 5. And they're all doing the same stuff. So that was Daily Sombr. This is Sombr Vids, VIIDS. It's the same shit. Very close-up stuff at concerts, candid stuff on the street. It's the same stuff that like all the TikToks we heard earlier with the like boom sound. They all have that. They all have this like caption right in the middle of the screen. It's the same format just over and over again, carried onto every different account, all 5 of them. So like this is them up on stage with him. It says Somber was hosting a free outdoor concert and this was my view from my apartment. What even is life? No, it wasn't. That's not your view from your apartment. That's your view from being on Somber's team. And then we have Somber fans. This is another one that's the exact same shit. The moment between Somber and his mom after he won his VMA. Like, why are you with him backstage if you're just a Somber fan account? That doesn't make sense. You're with him and his mom? Not Somber clocking me, filming him watching Dominic fight. So it's like, it's the same shit on every different account. Here's Somber Souls following 7 people. Another one where it's like, casually saw Somber from my apartment. No, you didn't. But so I was curious, I was like, what do the Somber fans think about this? Have they caught on to the fact that none of these fan accounts, his like big fan accounts are real? And they I think some of them have. This is the Somber official Reddit account. And so someone was asking, they said, are these fan accounts actually by a fan or Somber's management team? And someone says, Daily Somber is run by a girl named Mia who is a part of Somber's team, but I'm not sure about Somber fans. I don't know who Mia is. I tried to look that up. I couldn't find anything about a Mia, or maybe Maya. So I'm like, how does this person even know that? They must be such a huge fan of Somber that they know who is on his team. But I couldn't even, I like specifically Googled like Somber Mia, is Somber social media team Mia, just to see if I could find like a LinkedIn page or something of a woman saying like, I'm Mia and I'm on Somber's PR team. Couldn't find anything. So this must be someone who like is so into the Somber fandom that they just know the names of people on his team that you can't even find with a Google search. Though also Google fucking sucks now, so maybe that was the problem. But then this person says, management, a lot of pop stars have them. I see them for Conan Gray, Olivia Rodrigo, Gracie Abrams, and etc. It's just a marketing technique. No, I'm not gonna doubt that there are other artists who are doing something similar to what Somber is doing that have like fake fan accounts out there, but these 3 examples that they're giving, Conan Gray, Olivia Rodrigo, Gracie Abrams, that's not what they're doing at all. I looked, I checked to see if I could find anything similar with Conan, Olivia, or Gracie. I can't. What I actually found, and what I think these fans are confusing this with, because they don't quite understand, they don't have the media literacy to know what any of this stuff means, they think that the Cone World HQ account is the same as like a fake fan account, but it's not. Because all of these artists, that's Conan's, and then this is Livy's HQ, and then Gracie also has an HQ account. So Gracie Abrams HQ, Cone World HQ, Livy's HQ. Those are HQ accounts, which are social media accounts run by people on these artists' teams, but that's very transparent. Like, it says the official fan account. So yeah, it's a fan account, but it's an official one that has like a go-between with Olivia's team. And it even has like a check mark here to mark that that's like an official thing. It's the same thing with like Taylor Nation. It's a separate social media account so that these artists can still have their own personal social media accounts where they'll post like personal stuff, but then updates for their merch and stuff come out through these fan accounts, through these official fan accounts, because they're just the accounts of the artist's social media team. It's just a go-between for the fans and the artist, and that's not something that they're hiding. So I'm a little concerned with the fact that Somber's fans seem to think that what he's doing is fully normal, because it's not really. There's a lack of transparency here that most other like big artists would be following. But here's the thing that actually concerns me, because it's like, okay, whatever. I understand, do your hustle. It helps maybe with your growth if people think that you already have these like super built up fan accounts, that you already have such a large following, that people are doing their daily Somber updates. Okay, that probably helps your marketing. I get it. It's a tough world out there. You gotta do what you gotta do as an artist to get noticed and gain legitimacy. And that's a part of any sort of, if the secret to being famous truly is just tricking people into thinking that you already are. That is a big part of it. So in a way, I'm like, okay, do your thing, Somber. Trick people into thinking you're more famous than you actually are. I don't care. Here's where it gets really, really weird to me, though. The content that the fan accounts are uploading is not content that I think that Somber's team should be uploading for an audience of mostly teen girls. There is some very, very weird stuff being encouraged here in terms of Somber's relationship with his fans. So like, who hurt this beautiful boy? And then the caption says, I need to know who his ex is. You want to encourage your fans to feel vengeful toward your exes and to think of you as a beautiful boy? No, sir. No, 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 no. And this is a common trope on the Somber social media accounts. Who is bro's ex? Can you stop it? Can you stop encouraging teenage girls to feel vengeful for his ex-girlfriends? They're also encouraging, I mean, we saw that stuff too of people being like, oh, Somber caught me following him or whatever. Just encouraging his fans to have this really dedicated, obsessive parasocial relationship with him, where it says Somber was in shock his fans were hiding in the bushes to see him. This is not something that your official social media accounts, even if you're not claiming they're official, actually, it's worse if you're not claiming they're official. If you're acting like this is organic content being created, you should not be encouraging Somber's fans to hide in bushes to see him. Like, wow, look how excited Somber's gonna get if you guys hide in bushes to follow him around. Then there's things of people touching him. You should not be encouraging your fans to touch you. And then also, can someone explain the lore between Somber and his guitarist? Okay, you want to like draw attention to the chemistry between Somber and his guitarist. Can someone explain the lore? You're just now encouraging young girls to get invested in the lore of Somber's relationship with his band. It's just weird. It is weird to like encourage your very, very young audience to get this invested in your life like this. It is so strange. And the same thing, well, a similar thing, that this is why we love him, because he went into the crowd and was dancing as security was trying to like stop him. Just encouraging the fans to be like, you love it when Somber ignores all boundaries. You like that. You love it. That's why we all love Somber, is that he'll do anything for his fans, even things that put their safety at risk. And then just encouraging the fans to be sexually attracted to him. Somber looks so good. Wow. Stop. Stop doing this. And it even gets fucking weirder. So Somber being fed white chocolate by his photographer on Halloween was insane. And then look at the caption. When's my turn? You think that that's a normal thing for the fans to be thinking? Is when is my turn? Feeding something to Somber? You want to encourage that and make that like a normal mindset for his tween audience. His audience that he actively acknowledges is full of minors. Oh, Somber, the way I need you. Who can relate? It's fucking gross as hell. Why was Somber playing the bongos low-key attractive? I mean, I disagree. I think he looks like a total fucking dork. But okay, I'm sure it'll work for some teenagers somewhere. So this is where I was just like, okay, this is kind of grooming behavior. Not in a way where I think Somber is actively trying to have sex with anyone in his audience, but he and his team are putting things out into the world for his young teenage audience to make them think like, I am attracted to Somber. I like when Somber ignores boundaries. I think that Somber is hot and sexy and also funny, and I'm invested in his lore. You should not be doing this with an audience of kids. This is so weird. Especially, it's like Somber fucked up so hard with that TikTok. Because number one, that is the thing kind of that got me into all this. Because I was like, I want to see why he is doing these like call your ex segments. So I went and saw a whole bunch of stuff about that. And then I just kept going down this rabbit hole where I was like, wait, he has fake fan accounts? And then I found all this shit. And now I'm like, you actually are a creepy weirdo. And I don't even know if you know that you are. I think that maybe you're just so fucking young and stupid that you think that this is a normal way to market yourself to a young audience, and it's absolutely not. But then also in that TikTok, besides just leading me down this rabbit hole, and I'm sure a lot of other people looking into what he's doing and being like, that's weird and gross. Beyond that, it's like you admitted in the TikTok that your audience is young, extremely young, which makes all the things that your team is doing here pretty unacceptable. unacceptable. You should not be trying to trick your audience into feeling sexually attracted to you. It's so weird. And also, it's just kind of pathetic too. If you're gonna do fake fan accounts to make yourself look more popular than you are, can you at least make them look realistic? Can you at least make them not all publishing like the same exact content and have them following more than like 20 people max? Put in a little effort. But I'm sure this is probably good for the algorithm somehow. I don't even know. But I can't. His songs were pretty good too. At least the few that I heard. I listened, I think, to the full album. I don't even remember. And I definitely was like, okay, it's not super interesting. But some of the songs were pretty good. They were listenable. And when I saw him at the VMAs, I thought he did okay. But it's like the more and more I look into him, the more I think that he's obnoxious and irresponsible and creepy. It raises some questions about how he even got to this stage so quickly, and also whether or not it's appropriate to allow him to continue further. Because until these fan accounts get shut down and he stops trying to fuel these parasocial relationships with his minor audience, I can't support Somber. I think he's creepy and weird. Even if the music's decent, he needs to completely change the way that he interacts with his audience for me to ever take him seriously as a musician. Or not even just seriously as a musician, but like for me to ever think of him as someone who should be in the public eye. We should stop Somber. We can't let him go forward. He, I think, is on like a little bit of a hiatus touring into like February. So Somber, I'm gonna give you till February. Get your shit together. Stop doing this shit.